Hey, my name is James Nicholson and welcome to my YouTube channel. Now, this channel is all about my investment journey, and I'm going to take you on a journey with me to show you all the behind the scenes, the good, the bad and the ugly of everything that I'm doing. Now, not only that, I'm building a property portfolio for my two girls. I've got Georgia, who's 21. We've just finished our first property up in Doncaster. You can check this channel for all the deals that we've done and how they've all worked. You can see the refurbs on there and everything like that. We're just finishing our second deal at the moment. We look to have the keys to that in the next few weeks, and I'll be sharing everything on that one. That's a very secretive deal that we've got going on. And my little baby Amelie as well. We're building a portfolio for Amelie, and I'm going to show all the good, the bad and the ugly on that and how that's working out, and all the good stuff and the bad stuff. So you'll learn a lot by taking that finger of power, smashing that subscribe button and hitting the bell notification. Now, today I want to talk about something, and that's the hardest part of property investing. Now, I've had a really draining 2 weeks. The deal that I'm doing for Georgia at the moment is just exhausting me. And what you'll find is that when you're going through a deal, when you hit a stumbling block, you're going to get a lot of people give you their opinion. And they've got good intentions, right? And so I've had family over for barbecues in the last few weeks. I've been on holiday in France and all sorts of different things. And I've got other investors even that are saying to me, look, if the deal's just not going to go through, then just give up, find another deal. Don't get so fixated on seeing that deal to completion. Well, this deal is very important to me. And when you see the deal, you'll know exactly why, because I'm going to tell you the whole story about it. Reason I can't tell you is there are other buyers that potentially, if they knew about the deal, would try and gazump me and potentially could do that because they've got a better relationship with the seller than I do. So when you're going through deals, not everything's going to work out as planned. So let's just talk roughly what's happening and been going on with this deal. So this property is a flat, and the property was offered on in the first week of May. We are now on the 26th of July, and we still don't have a mortgage offer. Well, we didn't have a mortgage offer until this afternoon. And so the seller is someone that's just really cautious. They want to make sure that the deal's going to get done. They're worried about the deal falling through, rightly so. And we've been nearly 13 weeks now without even having a mortgage offer. So what went wrong? Well, a few things went wrong. Firstly, the broker was a bit disorganized at the beginning in putting the application in. That wasted a few weeks. That was very frustrating because we've just done a lot of deals with them recently. And so we've addressed that. Next, the lender that we went with, we subsequently found out has got too much work on. Now, they're a specialist lender and they work with limited companies. I've not used them. I'm not going to name and shame them on here. But if you want to ask in my Facebook group, which you can join for free, I'll put a link in the description, then I will in there. But they are a specialist lender. They only work with limited companies. But they have a service level agreement that any query they will deal with in 8 days. Now that's 8 working days, which is pretty much 2 weeks. So this is the sort of stuff that's been happening. They asked for a new copy of my ID, right? So they're saying that they couldn't read the ID, the scan of my passport, and so they wanted another one. They sent the query into us. We fixed it in 15 minutes, and then we have to wait for 2 weeks. We can call them screaming all we want, but their service level agreement is 2 weeks pretty much. So we have to wait 2 weeks till someone then picks up the file again. And then they look at the file and they'll say, okay, brilliant. You bought another property in cash over here. Can you show where that cash came from? Not even related to the deal that we're working on. And so then we've had to provide proof of funds for all of that sort of stuff. And all these queries are just different on different transactions. You can't be sure what you're going to get and what you're not going to get. You can't just keep chucking everything to each lender, because then you're going to give them too much and they're going to get annoyed with that as well. And so the seller has been really frustrated all along the way, because my offer was presented in a way that I didn't have a chain, right? Because I don't. Like, I'm buying the property as a buy-to-let. I have nothing to sell to get this asset. And so I expected this to complete in 4 weeks. And that's what I told the estate agent and the seller when I purchased. I said, I really think that this will be done in 4 weeks, because that's what I would normally expect. I had no idea that this lender was going to cause all the problems. Now, where this gets really hard is that then as the buyer, you've got to become a negotiator as well. So the estate agent is obviously fighting to keep the deal, but they're also feeling it's a bit strange. It's really strange to take 13 weeks to get a mortgage offer out. I've never, ever come across that. Sometimes I get them in 3 or 4 days. And so this was really bizarre. And so I kept calling the estate agent. I think everyone thought that this was some sort of game. So I'm negotiating with them. I've got other parties telling me that, look, just pull out. I've got the lender saying that we're nearly there, and then they come back with something else, and then we're nearly there, and then we come back with something else. And it's just going on and on and on. And so the hardest part, I think, of being an investor is just holding that all together, negotiating, being transparent with the estate agent, just letting them know what's going on, but also selling them on the fact that you are going to see the deal to completion, because their concern is that this is all going to fall apart. You're not going to buy the property, and then they've got to go back to the market, having wasted like 4 months it would be by the end of this, and not getting anywhere. And so your job as the investor is to just keep making sure everyone is aware of what's happening. Both solicitors, we've been keeping on the phone with them, keeping them updated. Landbay, we've been contacting them over and over and over to find out what is the problem, what's holding this up, because we need to get this moving. And so that can happen. There'll always be something that happens in a deal that slows it down every single time. One recent purchase I had was that it was in a coal mining area, and so there was a concern around that. So I had to get some insurance. Another deal that I had, they had something called chancel repair liability, which meant that it was in an area that was potentially, with the Church of England was very close. And so the houses that fell in this certain area, if the Church of England church needed some repairs, you would be liable for that. That caused a massive block. 2 weeks it took to fix that, and we found out that it was just some insurance that cost like 30 quid, I think, that got that resolved. And so the persistence is really, really important. This deal could have fallen apart 10 times by now, but I've been absolutely laser focused on guiding this through until completion. And that's one of the key skills that you must learn and take on board. Don't give up. Don't listen to your friends and family about telling you that just forget the deal because it's too complicated, because no one ever got real great rewards by something being easy. Look, I hope you found this interesting, and I'd love to know your insights and thoughts on it. So do comment below. Do ask any questions below as well. Do give us a quick like on the video. Join our Facebook community if you didn't do that earlier already. And I've said this in other videos. We're looking at doing some live events in London, and I'd like to invite you as my guests for free. But I want to make sure there's enough people that are interested. So if you would like to come to a live event for free, I'll pay for everything. Do let me know in the comments if you'd be interested in coming to a live event. Say, I would like to come, or I'd be there, or whatever, you know, right? It's quite easy to make it obvious. So do go and check out the other videos on the channel, including this one right here. Bye for now.